What is going every back at it again with some more Beyond Dragon Ball Super Merno's Resurrection. You know what I'm saying? Last episode, but a demon, dumbass demon pulled up on Universe 7 on Beerus' planet, no less, by himself. You know what I'm saying? No security. Stupid. Now he got caught lacking. Now he lose. Things he about to do, the other things they about to do to that nigga. Stuff for him. Gohan and Goku were training. You feel me? Like it was about to end, but then they saw the demon. Yeah, the demon interrupted them. Yeah, and Lord Raijin is still ignorant, and this is pre-wish. You feel me? This is pre-wish. After the wishes are done, it's over with. Put them hands up, all of y'all, angels, gods, mortals alike. Put them damn hands up, bro, on God. Anyway, hit the video with a like, man. Comment down below and subscribe for the 3K. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Patreon, Twitch, and the gaming channel. Link in the description down below. The Alex, give us 2 million subscribers type beat. Further ado, dive on in. Demon! Nigga growled in my ear and laughed. Oh, hell no. Yes, Beerus, Hakai that nigga, bro. If he ain't gonna talk, Hakai that nigga. You're ugly.
After everything you've done to cause the mess that you did here on my world, now did you? And as I have tolerated far too many intrusions into Universe 7 as of late, and
that
here
ass.
you are slithering back like the foul creature that you are, and honestly truly thinking that we weren't going to catch you, Beerus continues. Well, would you go and look at that now, you disgusting little worm? Tell me,
disgusting.
do you really think that hiding within the shadows was going to keep you safe long enough for us not to grab hold of you? For you would have been mistaken, as you must have some kind of a death wish for coming back here to spy on my planet after everything you've caused and all the chaos you've helped spread throughout my universe. And yet even now you still dare to return, for I'll be the first to go and tell you that this isn't bravery, demon, but more or less rather for you, it's death, Beerus continues. For
yes.
my world was not just foolish, but it was a declaration of war against me. And so now tell me, why exactly are you crawling around within my universe? Beerus questions. And what exactly
start talking, nigga. If all you about get the yapping.
You have collected, for I want to know every secret that you carry and every scrap of information that you have. Or you miserable little creature, I will go on to rip your very essence apart until there is nothing left that remains of you but dust within the wind, demon. And so now start talking, or I am going to vaporize you until there is nothing left.
Okay.
So, Demon Haas then went on to quickly respond. Wait. Okay, I'll talk. Because since I already have nothing more that's left for me to lose here against you, then I guess I am hereby left with no other choice but to then tell you. But I will go as far as to say that no matter what you try and do, and no matter what you try and convince yourself with, once this is all said and done, you are all doomed once the Dark Masters are able to finally have their way with your blood destroyer. Because while you may assume that you and your kind are irreplaceable by design, wait until you get a look at what our top scientists have been engineering by using your DNA. And so for me, well, I'm just the lookout, Haas continues, the watchful eye, if you will. And so because I will be the least of your worries, God of Destruction. But I will say that if you think that it'll stop with me, then you are sadly mistaken, Haas says. And that is because let's just say if you do go and take my life as a result, there will always be another that will go and take my place as being the watchful eye of the Demon Realm Destroyer. And so now you can just go ahead and do to me as you'd like, but sooner or later, brother, the same will be done unto you. Once Lord Raijin and the Dark Masters come bursting through your front door, God of Destruction.
Man,
So no matter what you
air it out, bro.
try and threaten me with, you will
Air that bitch out. Yeah, he talking. Nah, he talking cash right now, bro. Hell that. Fuck that. Air it out. Okay.
On the line here in front of me, demon. Enough is enough, Beerus continues. And since you have lived far longer than you should have been allowed to go and live, this is where you will go and meet the end of your line, demon. But then, it was suddenly from out of nowhere as Demon Haas then began to glow, with even Haas himself not knowing as to what was going on, was when Haas then went on to quickly respond, what the? And just what is this? Wait. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. This isn't coming from the destroyer, but rather, no, please, master, I beg of you, just please go and give me another chit. Hey, Gohan then went on to quickly chime in.
So we won't even get the chance to take him off the census, bro?
Like that, or wait a minute now, Beerus went on to then quickly respond, and just what exactly is this creature up to? Why is he suddenly starting to glow with this strange dark energy around him? But then, it was only just upon which Beerus
We don't even get the chance to take bro off the census, man.
Tugged towards an incoming portal was when the demon god Raijin then went on to chime in.
That's enough, for you have gone as far as you possibly could go, and yet even your best has proven to have been a mistake, and a mistake that will cost you dearly, demon, for what an utterly pathetic and useless creature you are to have been captured the way that you have, as I will.
I quit. I fucking quit my job, bro. I'm not working for this nigga no more, bro. I'm going to live my life as a demon. Fall off somewhere, duck off, bro. I'm off the grid, bro. Fuck that shit. Nope. Nope. The hell he talking to me like that for, bro?
You are dealt with once we have returned back into the demon realm, and I'll go.
This is voice mod? Imagine bro using voice mod. Hey, voice mod come in clutch sometimes. Yeah. Oh my god.
And make sure of that personally, but for the time being, you are to wait for my return and stay out of my way.
And the others cannot believe it, because with Gohan, Beerus, and Goku now left baffled and seeing Raijin now for the very first time, was when Beerus then went on to chime back in. Wait a minute now, and just what gives here? What is this? And what exactly is that which is starting to manifest on the other side here?
Put your hands up.
That's another demon?
No, that's the demon.
Something more, with Gohan responding, whoa, and just who the heck is that? And that energy, look, I think he's starting to peer through now, as we went on to then touch down by
Now stay your ass on your portal, fam.
Listen to me very carefully. For the time being, I want you to go and hold your ground and do not engage, Lord Beerus. For if this is whom I think that it is, then I want you to cease any attacks for as long as you can, as Raijin then went on to peer through by then responding. So I see that you have grown quite frail since the last time I had gone as far as to watch you gods of destruction come into your positions of power, and ever since, the tales of your destruction don't appear to have done you any justice, Beerus. For not only have you become a mockery of what a true god is supposed to represent, but for you to also house mortal warriors on your planet like this was
you're not wrong.
the reason as to why that fallen angel Merno should have destroyed you all when he had the chance, Raijin says. And as that angel should have went and set aside his pride and finished what he had went and started, but no matter, because of all the universes that I've been told about, your universe appears to be the most troublesome of the 12, and so
you goddamn right, bro. Big 7 tight sheet. You feel me? This big 7. You feel me? We got demons of our own in this universe, bro. Come on now. Come on now. And none of the hoes got ain't shit on us, bro. No, not Jeer, not Topo. Let me stop talking, bro.
now I can't help but wonder, after finally having to meet you, on whether or not it is your incompetence or is it your arrogance that allows for such weakness to flourish within such a universe as this one, as Goku then went on to quickly chime in. That energy, but of course, for it has to be him. That's the one. That's the Dark Lord of the Underworld that I had overheard the Dark Masters in wanting to go and set free, Lord Beerus. For I can now remember on sensing this exact power when I was held captive within the demon realm, and so I know that's Lord Raijin. Wait a minute now, so this was the power that you had been sensing while down there now, is it? So this is the god of the demon realm then? Well, so be it. As Raijin continue, then to think that a god of destruction would go and stoop so low as to fraternize with mere mortals disgusts me.
Beerus, stop. Beerus, stop.
You so-called deities have become soft, complacent, and tainted by the influence of those who you are meant to tower above. For do you believe that their lives gives you purpose, god of destruction? Raijin questions. Or have you already forgotten what it means to wield true divine authority since I've been away? And as that rotten angel Merno was right to have wanted to wipe you all out when he saw the opportunity in doing so, but it's just too bad that just like you, he simply wasn't strong enough to see through with his mission until the very end of his miserable and pathetic erasure. But unlike him, I, on the other hand, will not falter, for my mission isn't to destroy you all, because why waste all of this valuable life when I can enslave you rather than simply eliminate you, Raijin says. For I do not fear you creatures, even yourself, god of destruction, and so don't go and assume that I would, because maybe if it were not for your association with such life forms, then maybe you would have still been able to command a little bit of respect around here, even as I stand before your presence. As Beerus to respond, you know, I find your arrival onto my planet to be quite the impressive one, because even while it's only been just a few minutes since you've been standing there and running your mouth towards me, have I only grown to now despise you ever so much. But here, Beerus continues upon being shown sticking his arm out, let me go and give you a little friendly reminder on just how soft and complacent we deities can really be, since it only now appears as though that you may have seemed to have forgotten, demon. And so now do yourself a favor while you're here and just hold still and stay right where you are and allow for me
not built like that, big bro.
Speechless, Beerus says.
He fought against Merno, big bro. Feel me? You not built like that, big bro.
Seconds later, within that very moment, as Beerus had went as far as to let out multiple energy blasts at Raijin, was when, surprisingly enough, Raijin went on to freeze each and every single one of Beerus's blasts by then responding, fine,
so he's Neo.
If you insist, then I shall remain where I am, but tell me, this certainly wasn't the kind of speechless that you had originally intended on leaving, was it? With a surprised Beerus then going off by responding, wait, say what now? But how did he just go and stop them in their place like that without having to even go as far as to move?
Because you're trash!
Did anyone else go and see him move? Because I certainly didn't, with Ultra Instinct Goku responding, no, but what does it look like that he is about to go and do? As Raijin went on to then stick his arm out by then responding, just because I may appear to look old does not mean that I still haven't retained the vast amount of knowledge that I have accumulated throughout my time as the god of the underworld. For even though I have yet to fully cross over into your realm while remaining where I currently am, Raijin continues, does not mean that I still cannot go and use my magic to my advantage here against you if I need to. And so if you confuse my appearance in assuming that I am indeed no match for either of you, Raijin went on to then snap his fingers upon now being shown blowing away all of Beerus's blasts, then you are all gravely mistaken if you think that I would fold under such circumstances and conditions. With Beast Gohan then quickly asking, oh, and so how's about it then? Should we go and blast him out of that wormhole or what, Dad? With Goku responding,
fuck it, son. Let's do it.
Let's go and show him otherwise then.
Not Gohan ready to go.
To which as
Gohan say, man, this nigga talking too much, Dad. Let's this bitch out.
Raijin had then gone as far as to reposition his arm upwards and redirecting their attacks by then responding, such feeble attempts of daring to try and attack me as a collective will only go as far as to ensure one thing when this is all over, and that one thing that I will go as far as to guarantee is your complete and absolute obliteration from the face of existence without possibly having to return. Oh, just great. great, Gohan says. Well, brace yourselves, everyone, because it looks like it's making its way right back towards us. But then, it was only from out of nowhere with Whis now shown using his staff
Don't do that.
to smack away Goku and Gohan's collective attacks away from everyone was when Whis went on to then respond, "That's far enough, demon, for I will not allow for you to go and turn this planet into your own personal sandbox of destruction while I'm here," as Raijin went on to then respond, "But of course, and then there's you, Angel Whis of the 7th, and just what exactly do you think gives you the right to intervene?" Raijin questions. "Because if memory serves me to be correct here from what I can remember about you rotten creatures, then you are forbidden to engage with me in battle here lest you warrant your own destruction by the hands of your own father, isn't that right? But
Crazy.
since that no longer appears to be the case, what exactly has changed, Angel?" With Whis responding, "I find it quite interesting that you stand there within the shadows of the demon realm and seeking answers about my actions and how they reflect onto our angelic code, but you should go as far as to know that the boundaries which you presume to understand have shifted since Merno's clash here against the multiverse," Whis says. "And if you honestly truly think that I will just stand idly by, constrained by the angelic code which we follow while the multiverse teeters on the edge of calamity, then I must say that you are sorely mistaken, demon. You angels are always so composed and always so certain of the boundaries you've crafted in this little multiversal playground that you protect," Raijin says. "How cheeky of you, but hear me now, Angel, for the day will come where I will gladly go on to accept your challenge when I step through and taste these changed waters that you proudly claim.
Hey, Whis, watch out for your heart, big bro.
Today, for you see, unlike you,
watch out for your heart.
By duty and reaction to follow, I, on the other hand, am already several moves ahead, for there is an artifact that calls for me in the meantime, which coincidentally is a power that both you and your precious order have yet to fully grasp, and once I am able to find all of these pieces which I seek, only then will I therefore go and come for you and your brethrens, for there will be no world and no void in which you will travel and hide in that I will be able to find you all, once my mission is hereby finally complete," Raijin continues, "and so in the meantime, I will be seeing you all very, very soon. This, mighty angel, I promise you," to which as
Nah, you can stay home, big bro.
Finishing back within the demon realm was when Beast Gohan then went on
Time to train.
Wait, and so what are we all just doing standing around for? Let's go after him before he's
No.
able to escape, especially if he's the main guy that's causing all of this. With Whis interrupting,
Y'all gonna get clapped up.
Remain where you are, for entering into the demon realm without the aid of the Grand Minister would be a death sentence for you mortals, and especially with the demon realm itself having to give them a home field advantage, it would be wise for us not to go in there alone to face such creatures unless we absolutely have no choice. And so, Lord Beerus, please listen to me while I understand your frustrations towards briefly dealing with this demon god, and I only hereby ask of you to please reserve
Training
yourself, for
arc.
there is nothing that we can do for the time being, as Gohan and Goku went on to power down with Gohan.
Like, come on now.
responding,
He embarrassed your goofy ass, and he embarrassed y'all goofy asses, bro. Like, that's all you got, fam? A little energy blast? Nigga said, stop, bro. Stop. You're embarrassing yourself, man. Stop.
So that's the god of the underworld that you said these dark masters were hoping to set free, now was it, Dad? With Goku chiming in, yeah, that's right, he's definitely the one, and now that he's free, this doesn't look like it's going to be an easy battle here to wage against these demons either, with Vegeta having to then respond, "Damn that bastard, this feels like Merno all over again, especially now that this so-called demon god is back on the loose, cause it's clear now that he's up to something, and we have no other choice but to find out as to what that is," with Whis having to then respond, "Well, now that we are all made very well aware of what exactly is going on around here, I will need for you all to go and keep a very watchful eye while I go and try my best to further better our situation elsewhere," with Beerus questioning, "Then just what exactly will you be doing in the meantime, because I know that you're up to something, and so what is your move going to be here, Whis?" with Whis responding, "Well, in the meantime, I will go and try to gather together my brothers and sisters in hoping of coming up with a solution solution in further having to get through to the Omni King while we still can. And while I understand that this will not be easy even for us without the Omni Kings and the Grand Minister at our side, Whis continues, there is no telling on what those creatures will go and continue to do if we allow for their actions to go and continue to go unchecked. For within our code it is said that if an angel or a god of destruction were to go and enter into a ruling domain housed by another deity first, then we are to be destroyed, Whis says. Which is why if anything were to happen, we must try to go and get Raijin
to can't do shit
into our domain first in order for its deities to be given the right to fight without restriction, just as the case was when Merno had went and arrived when he did. And so I suggest for you all to go and watch your approach while I'm away. But even if you do happen to find yourselves locked within a battle, then do make sure to watch your surroundings at all times. With Beerus being shown turning towards Vegeta and responding, "You hear that, Saiyan? This now means that we are all on our own until the Omni Kings and Grand Minister are to join us, unless we get the job done ourselves.
They're not coming no time soon.
I don't intend on allowing for those little worms to escape me if they are to return onto my world ever again. You hear me?" With Whis having to then respond, "And do also bear in mind that we cannot afford to risk having to lose anyone here either in case a battle were to go and break out," Whis says. So while both Goku and Vegeta remain as two of our leading forces in this fight against Raijin and his army, just do us all a favor, Saiyans, and just try to do your best and stay alive out there. To which it was only then within that moment as Whis was then shown having to take his leave was when Goku then went on to respond, "Oh well, in that case we better go and start getting a move on and plan ahead, just in case things were to go from bad to worse without having us go and prepare beforehand." With Gohan responding,
I feel like as it stands right now, they're not even fucking touching the Dark Masters as it stands right now. I mean, we saw what he did. Goku. Come on now. I need to train a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to at least try to have a better fighting chance against these niggas, bro.
Dad, before we go and do anything, I think it's best if we go and get Broly off of planet Vampa and keep him close, just in case we may in fact actually need him for a little later on.
Oh, I definitely will.
"Hey, actually, as a matter of fact, yeah, I think you're right, but let's just hope that just in case we do, he just doesn't end up absolutely losing his mind during battle and tries to come after one of us instead, but let's go then." And so in the meantime, Goku then went on to address Vegeta.
That nigga still can't control his shit.
I forget, it's better if we just go and grab Broly and come back here, since this already seems like it's going to be a hot spot for a potential battle. And so while we're away, and if you end up finding yourself in some kind of a danger, then just let us know, Vegeta. With Vegeta responding, "We'll be fine here in the meantime while you're gone, and so now hurry it up and get going before they end up getting to Broly before you do, Kakarot. Quit
no facts.
time."
Hurry up, nigga.
That was exactly what Goku now ended up doing, because with both Gohan and Goku now having to use instant transmission and making their way towards planet Vampa was when Vegeta then went on to continue, "Oh, that idiot," which, speaking of wasting time, if there is one thing that this book that Whis had given me had taught me, it is that it appears as though these demons operate best and at their most lethal when placed within their own domain as a home field advantage, Vegeta says. And if that ends up being the case, then there must be some kind of a counter to having them feed off of that realm in order to remain within the position of control during any battle that they find themselves in. And while we now know on who it is that is after us, Vegeta went on to then continue, then similar to that fallen angel Merno before, I must go on to find a way to prevent what happened prior if we are to go off and face this demon god in battle, and that means having to strive to do everything and anything to beat him. And then just what do you think you're doing? Wake up, Saiyan. Beerus went on to then push Vegeta
thinking, nigga.
by then responding, "For now is not the time to be daydreaming about your fantasies of overcoming the fear that you once felt when having to battle against that angel, but tell me something, Vegeta. You and I haven't sparred in quite some time since that angel's arrival. Now have we questions? When was the last time that you and I had last battled?" With Vegeta responding, "Well, it has been quite some time since you and I have last sparred, but I couldn't really go on to tell you on when exactly that was, since I wouldn't be able to remember, and so..."
Ooh. Ooh. Y'all remember the first episode? Ooh. Damn. I don't know. Cause like if he beat his ass, he might crash out. And like, ain't no fucking way this nigga beat me, bruh. Ain't no goddamn way.
So now, why exactly do you ask, Lord Beerus? With Beerus responding, interesting, very interesting, and besides your fusion with Goku, which was the only other saving grace in our mission to stop that bastard Merno, now I'm curious to know, and so now tell me, how exactly did you feel when you battled against that Angel Saiyan? Was the battle itself something that had troubled you ever since, with Vegeta having to then reminisce by then responding, well, to be quite blunt with you, it felt as though I was up against an unbreakable wall of power is what it felt like, as no matter what it was that I tried to do, I just couldn't find a way to break him, even if the others had come to my aid. And so because of this, I never want to go and feel that helpless as I did ever again, because it was bad enough having him best us all the way that he did and having to do it alone. But what made matters worse was that without my fusion with Kakarot, it felt as though no matter how hard we tried, we always were destined to fail against him, with Beerus then being shown having to circle around Vegeta by then responding, interesting, and you say that it's been far too long since you remember the last time that you and I had trained, isn't that right? Well, because now that Gohan and that ridiculous Goku are out of the way, Beerus continues, what do you say that you and I go and take this opportunity to change that in not only having to battle one another and also progressing through our strength, but to maybe also find out on just which one of us is the superior warrior between you and I, shall we? As it would be far better for us to go and learn more about where we stand just in case we need to when facing off against those demons, but on top of the fact, for not only do I believe that this will be the perfect warm-up in order for us to get ourselves ready for whatever it is that's coming, but Masters, the official Merno sequel, out on just what kind of vulnerabilities we can expose within one another before, of course, we
threw me off
into the demon realm. And so now, what do you say, Vegeta? Because not only can we go and take this moment to go engage our true power, Beerus continues, but how is about we go and hurry and take this chance to battle and see what we can learn? As it was only right then and there now during that moment.
Why you been like that, bro?
Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Merno sequel, manga chapter number 17 special then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead and take
you know it's crazy.
I do want to go as far as to address something very important with our dear viewers at the moment.
Yeah, they about to, nigga, they cooked. that's what you about to address, nigga. They cooked. Cause bro think he like that because he got Ultra Instinct. Like nigga, Goku got Ultra Instinct, and they were fighting like crazy, training like crazy. They been training. Your ass was sleeping while they was training. Vegeta might clap. You might clap him up. No cap. He might clap his ass up, bro. He's smiling and grinning like he about to win. He might not win the fight. I cannot wait to see that shit. I cannot wait to see that. Because they need to go on a training arc. So they need that right now. They need that. Because the Dark Masters are not like they were about Lord Raijin. But y'all can't get past the Dark Masters. It's like, you don't want to worry about that, nigga. Cause how they handle Goku, it was that was crazy. That was crazy, bro. Just disrespected that nigga, bro. All right, let me see. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. What's this shit? That's in like 3 episodes. Damn it. I see. Okay, that's like in 2 episodes. As soon as they make that wish, as soon as bro find these cubes, it's up and it's stuck. So they gotta do squeeze out every bit of training, in my humble opinion. So they gonna need it, even the angels, cause if he was contending with Merno, yeah, he gonna kill an angel. He might kill an angel and eat his heart, bro. Oh my god, I don't think I'm ready to see that shit. But what if he does do that shit? Which one will it be though? Oh my god. Anyway, thank you for watching. You guys enjoy this reaction, man. Give it up with a like, comment down below, subscribe. Okay, subscribe. If you want Patreon, tweet in the gaming channel, link in the description down below. God, the Alice get for the 2 million subscribers type beat. Anyway, y'all. See you on the next one. Peace.